Hello everyone, my name is Taimur and welcome to the second ever episode of Taiz Talks. This is a bi-weekly podcast, so I'm going to try to do this every 2 weeks and talk about a variety of topics including entertainment, gaming, life updates, anything really like that. Today I'm joined by the lovely Sam.
Hello, my name is Sam and today I'm Taimur's guest.
Okay, so formal.
Well,
That was really formal.
was it really?
Hello, I am Taimur's guest. Yes.
I don't have a big personality
Like
like Phyllis.
Phyllis from The Office?
Yeah, because she's like, Michael has a big personality and I have a big
Nah,
personality.
that's true.
And when people have big personality, they clash.
Yeah, that was funny. But yes, so I'm joined here today by Sam. Today we're going to talk about just a wide range of topics, including entertainment, just what we've been doing these past few months. This is actually the first podcast that I've done. Well, it's the second episode of the podcast since a year. How does it feel to be on this episode after a year?
It feels...
It feels?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think of a clever thing to say. It feels good.
It feels good.
No. I feel flattered.
You feel flattered?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yes, but so now we're going to talk about a lot of different topics.
But also it makes me question your commitment.
What do you mean?
Because it took you a year to do this again.
Well, I'm trying to do it bi-weekly. I didn't have the setup to do it. We were in school.
Anyway.
Yes. So now we're going to talk about We're going to talk about a wide range of topics, including the latest game by Nintendo, Ring Fit Adventure. Ooh. Fun fact about this podcast. So I recently just got approved to put it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, and Spotify as well. So if you like listening to this, you might want to listen to those. That way, you can listen to it on the go. Really, anything's possible. So, what have you been up to recently?
Well, after graduation, it was just searching for a lot of jobs, applying to them, writing a ton of cover letters, going to a ton of interviews, jumping from friend's place to friend's place, and yeah, eventually landing a job that I got.
Have you been watching any cool TV shows or anything?
Just The Office.
Just The Office? You've been watching The Mandalorian, right, on Disney Plus?
Oh yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, the show's pretty good. I mean, you were just like Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that was the only good part of it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was really lost with what was going on just because it wasn't so captivating initially. But then once the baby came on, it became better.
Yes, just a Baby Yoda. That is the reason to watch.
He's so cute.
The other stuff is Star Wars stuff, and you're like, ah.
I do like Star Wars, but the problem is that it's been a while since I've watched it, and I was never a crazy fan of Star Wars. So I don't know any of the lore or any like tidbits of information that only like real fans would know.
That's me too. I know. I haven't watched a Star Wars movie since the episode 8, The Last Jedi. You didn't even watch that one in theaters.
Mm-mm.
Or even at all.
Mm-mm.
But we're going to watch that one eventually, right? You wanted the Star Wars marathon.
Yeah.
And then we'll watch the 9th one. The Rise
Isn't that December?
of the Skywalker. Yeah, that's next month. Wow.
We haven't even started with rewatching the other ones.
That one's going to be in theaters. Are we going to watch it in theaters?
Are we?
I don't know. I don't even know if we'll get there in time.
What do you mean?
Not like finish the
Probably
marathoning
not
all the
then.
other movies.
We won't have time.
I mean, we tried marathoning the Pirates movies.
But you would just talk through them.
What?
You weren't watching them.
What's wrong with talking through the
It's
Pirates
my favorite
movies?
series.
It is?
Yeah.
But why do you like pirates?
Because they're so cool.
They're so cool.
No, because I really liked Johnny Depp's acting. And I was a fan of him because he's a very versatile actor. But, I don't know, the pirates, it just seems so free and spirited.
Free-spirited, like yourself?
Well, no, like what I hoped to be.
You...
But anyway, today I was thinking that we should start on the Star Wars marathon. But then I remembered how long the movies are.
The movies are long. Good thing they don't have like extended versions, like Lord of the Rings.
Those are really long too.
Did you know there has been so many. You know the Office YouTube channel, right?
Oh yeah.
They like
Isn't it the
upload.
one that daily upload
I think
something?
they do daily. They do it like at least maybe every 2 days, but daily. They upload a lot of like exclusives now,
Like deleted scenes.
like deleted scenes. So like
I've
usually
been
they would.
watching those.
You have?
Yeah, because you know how we're watching The Office together and we can't like continue on with it without the other watching it too.
Oh my god, really? That's what I've been doing too.
Because that's a loophole.
I know. It's like, oh, you just watch a YouTube video, and then when we're together, then we can
Actually
continue on
watch
with the
actual
series.
thing.
You stole my idea. No, but they've been uploading a lot of exclusive episodes, like the deleted scenes and stuff, and it's crazy how much is actually deleted. Like this episode that's like 20 minutes can go like easily like 35, 40 minutes, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
But you know what the funny thing is? Like, it doesn't feel like it's a deleted scene because with other movies or other shows, I feel like you can just tell that it's a deleted scene. When you're watching, like, oh yeah, I understand why they didn't put it in, or it was completely irrelevant that it really didn't add anything. But with The Office, it just feels like an extension, an actual real extension of the show itself.
Yeah, I get that. It's just like the show. It's just like more of the show. And I was like ever wondering one day that they'll do extended scenes for all the episodes, just putting in all the deleted scenes and just doing like, here's the extended cut of The Office, because there's been such a resurgence. Imagine how much people would pay for more of The Office.
I know.
Just slapping in all those deleted scenes. That'd be pretty interesting. NBC, we'll talk. No, but did you didn't watch Avengers Endgame?
Nope.
Right? This is going to be spoiler talk. Just a little bit about Avengers Endgame, a movie that over like billions of people have seen.
Wasn't it like premiered last year or something, or 2 years ago?
No, it was this year.
I can't keep track.
Avengers Endgame was this year. So that's the one where they fight Thanos and they brought everyone back, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And in the movie, Tony Stark dies.
Oh yeah.
Right? So there was a deleted scene that they released. It came on Disney Plus. It was with Tony meeting his daughter. Right? So in the movie, his daughter's like 5 years old, right?
Oh, was it like him meeting the daughter in the future or something when she's older?
Yeah, yeah. You see that one?
No, I think you told me about it.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. Okay. But in the movie, like...
I'm psychic.
You're psychic? Oh my god.
Because you're saying it was released on Disney Plus, right?
It was released on Disney Plus. I think so.
But
I saw it on Reddit.
Disney Plus just released.
Yeah. It was like...
So then you couldn't have told me. And I don't have Disney Plus. And I didn't watch Avengers Endgame, so therefore I'm psychic.
You're psychic.
But anyway, yes.
Yes. So in the movie, his daughter is like, I don't know, 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a line that he says, he's like, I love you a ton. And then the little girl says, I love you 3,000.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because 3,000 is more than a ton, which is 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until like someone explained it to me on the internet, and I felt so dumb. I was like, oh, that's why.
Aren't you a science major?
Excuse me. I thought it was I thought it was an arbitrary number. I was like 3,000. Oh, that's funny. So in the movie Avengers Endgame, when like she's little and she says I love you 3,000, there's that extended deleted scene where when Tony gets the Infinity Gauntlet and he snaps,
mm-hmm.
he in the previous one Thanos got to see his daughter Gamora when she was a little baby.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, what did it cost? Everything. You know, you saw that meme.
Yeah.
But in the deleted scene, he meets his daughter when she's a teenager, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a girl from 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the girl who killed herself. Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
And in the... Spoilers for 13 Reasons Why. But in the scene, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, you know, like, I'm glad it was deleted. Because the Tony Stark and the girl didn't have that much chemistry, you know?
Oh, really?
Because, one, you've seen his little daughter for a very short period of time, just for that movie. Are you laughing at my flubs?
No, just continue.
You barely saw his daughter, and then now you're seeing her as a teenager, and it just felt...
There's like no emotional connection.
Yeah, it felt flat, and the writing felt... It just didn't feel right either. Mm. And so, like, a lot of people were like, you know, I'm glad it was deleted. But then that relates back to The Office, because you look at The Office, and all those deleted scenes are, like, really good.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
They could still be in it, and it's like, wow, why was any of this deleted?
Yeah, because the main part of it is that The Office deleted scenes don't feel like deleted scenes because you're not questioning their validity in their show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you watch deleted scenes for other shows or movies, when you look at it, it doesn't feel real. You know, you're like, okay, yeah, this is like what the way it could have gone, but it's not canon. But the Office deleted scenes feel like they're canon. You know, it's just stuff that you didn't get to see because it didn't fit, but it happened.
I know the Office is just a good show, just a good bingeable show.
It is. You know, Parks and Rec is also pretty good, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. Why isn't it the same? I thought you liked Parks and Rec more.
No, I do. It's not. I'm just saying it's not the same.
I disagree. The Office is better.
I don't know. The Office, like, it's very entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so cringy too.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like smacking your head as you watch it because of what the characters are doing and saying.
That's true.
Which
I mean,
Parks and Rec, I think, is just more.
Parks and Rec is definitely not cringy. It's cringy.
No.
Is it even cringy? I don't think so. They're just too bubbly.
Yeah, it does seem like it's very, very bright and bubbly.
Yeah, they're too extreme. Like Ron Swanson's very mean and like, you know, grumpy, while Leslie Knope is like super happy and super positive. So it's like, you described this once. It was like ends of a spectrum.
Yeah.
Whereas The Office, they all feel like somewhere in the middle ground, but then they just have crazy scenarios.
But also it's gloomier.
It's gloomy.
The Office is more, it's more, I think it's like closer to regular life where like life is not always exciting like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Usually like you might have points in time that are exciting, but generally it's pretty monotone. Or maybe that's just me because I'm working right now. It's just like a routine that you
I
follow.
mean, you work in an office. So
That's true.
The Office.
It's hopping all the time there though.
It's hopping.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about The Good Place? The show also co-created by the person who co-created The Office.
That's on its last season?
It's on its last season.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an interview online that the guy, I think his name is Michael. Oh my god. His name was Michael, and he said, the guy plays Mose. He said that he learned from The Office that not to make it too long. Like, not to make a show too long.
That's what I've been saying all this time. I always said the downfall of American television is that they go on for so many seasons. That's what happened to Heroes. That's what happened to Lost. They just keep going on and on and on.
What happened to The Walking Dead?
Yes, especially The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That is the perfect example of how the show got ruined with time.
It got better, though. Like,
I don't
but
care.
But it needed a large reboot. Like, you can definitely see the pacing and everything in the latest season is very different from the beginning seasons.
No, that still stands as my most disappointing TV show. Because it was really good.
More disappointing than Game of Thrones?
But
Game
you
of
see,
Thrones.
Game of Thrones, I didn't watch it too much from the beginning. Or I didn't stick
It
with
was
it.
so disappointing.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. It was really, really disappointing. But I still felt more emotionally connected to The Walking Dead than I ever did to Game of Thrones.
That's true.
I think because it had too many characters and you only got snippets of each of them here and there.
I can see that.
And it's not a show that has a lot of heart to begin with, Game of Thrones.
No, it has a lot of politics. It has a lot of world building.
It's very smart and witty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not heartwarming and it doesn't tug at your heartstrings. And I feel like The Walking Dead had that going for it.
Because
so you
they're from
cared
the
about it more.
South.
No. It's because it focused on the journey of, you know, Rick finding his family and, like, you know, stuff that everyone can care about, you know?
That's true.
So I think that's why it's more disappointing because it had a lot more going for it, in my opinion. Because I care more about that.
I know. I'm so sad. I still need to catch up. I'm just like a few episodes behind on The Walking Dead.
I'm not catching up.
I stuck with it.
I did not.
It definitely was poo-poo for quite some time. And then it got much better. And then it was exciting to watch it.
Can't.
But it doesn't feel like the same show. Shouldn't be labeled. I mean, it can be labeled whatever it wants, but it feels so different. Same with Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, I fell off on. I could not watch it. It was.
Well, we started that one together, remember? And we thought that it could, like, it wasn't a good replacement for it, but it was still a way that you could be a part of that world. And you're like, oh, I think it's probably going in the right direction. And then we're like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay for a very long time, but this last season was bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was just like I couldn't be engaged with it anymore.
I feel like I fell off at season 2.
No, you watched season 3.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. Season 4 was the one where Morgan came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they did that crossover thing, and it went all gray and stuff, and I don't know why.
Was it like that from the beginning? Why is it so
No,
gray?
no, it was colorful in the beginning, and then season 4 happened, and they were like, you know what, colors? What are those? And they just took them all out. I don't know why they did that.
Are they in like winter right now?
No, it's just perpetually gray. Like even season 5 is just gray all the time, and I just can't. I can't do anything with that show. Like I couldn't watch it. I tried so hard.
You know which show had a really good like camera lighting?
What?
The Vampire Diaries.
Oh.
That show just looked good.
Okay. Same as the actors?
I mean, CW always has really good looking actors all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's a requirement to be on this show.
Yeah, I know.
You could be on it.
Beautiful people sell.
That's true. That's so true. But, so with TV shows, let's move on over to some games now.
Okay.
Your favorite topic.
Well, I don't have much to contribute.
So, XO19. That was the Xbox presentation thing that I told you that I was watching, right? Mm-hmm. That happened. Were there any exciting news? We never watched the trailers.
We never watched the trailers. We saw the, what was it called? The twin thing?
Yeah, the one by, what's it called?
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange developers.
Yeah.
Was it This We Were? We Were This. This We Was. I don't remember what it was called.
Me neither. But there was also that game where you're like, eat.
Tell Me Why. That's the game. I was singing the NSYNC song.
Tell Me Why.
Yeah, that's the only way I remember the name. But yes, continue.
The trailer was okay, but it wasn't something that made me super excited. But then again, I wasn't a big fan of Life is Strange.
Yeah, me neither. It was okay. It was okay,
yeah.
But
maybe we should have stuck with it more because I think we
jumped
off, right?
Yeah, the first episode. It was just
yikes.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched it afterwards. Like I just watched gameplay
and then you told me about it, so I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna watch it then. I haven't heard anything about Life is Strange 2 actually.
I don't know. I still think that Telltale had the best story games.
Rest in peace. They were your favorite company. Favorite developers. Did you hear though for the game that they're making about the twins?
What?
This We Were. What was it called? We Want It This Way?
Tell Me Why.
Tell Me Why. I couldn't remember. Tell Me Why. It has a trans character. One of the first trans. Is it the first? I don't know.
In a video game?
Yeah, in a video game.
They haven't had it before?
No, I think they've.
Didn't you say something about Fortnite?
No, it wasn't Fortnite. What was it? Oh, it was Apex Legends.
Yes.
Oh, Apex Legend. That was Bloodhound. But you couldn't really tell. You couldn't really. I mean, because they were wearing a mask and they have this.
But also, isn't that game not about looking at the characters?
Yeah, it's not about.
Because it's like a first-person view.
Yeah, I think it's the first story-based game that involves a trans character. Because there's been trans characters in games. There's probably one in Overwatch, but like this one like is actively telling a story about them.
I see.
And yeah, because it's a story about twins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it will dive more into that concept, but I don't really know. I just saw it on the news though, so I was like, oh, this must be true.
I don't think I looked at the trailer too closely, but yeah, I don't really know what the game's about.
Me neither.
But also we were stuck in traffic, so that's probably why.
Traffic's so horrible. And then there was the game Everwild by Rare that looks like Sea of Thieves. That one was really pretty. And then there was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh my god. It looks beautiful. Doesn't look fun at all, but looks beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to play it. Because it's one of those... Have you ever seen a flight simulator?
I don't know if this is the one... When I was really, really young, like 8 years old, back in the olden days.
Oh, the olden days.
Yeah, like I had a game that was used to like train pilots. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and I had a joystick that was exactly like the pilot one, so you could practice.
So yeah.
Man, I crashed so many times.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a
okay.
flight simulator. It's sort of just made that way to sort of train pilots and stuff. And it looks so nice. The graphics in it is so amazing. It's not going to be like super fun where you're like, oh man, I can't wait to fly. Unless you like flying actual commercial planes. Like one of the big things about it was like, oh my god, you can fly a 737. And it's like, wow, that's an amazing thing if you're really into flying this specific type of plane.
You mean these pixels, these specific types of pixels.
Exactly. Excuse me. But yeah, it looks really nice, and I just want to play around with it. And
so you want it?
It's coming to Game Pass.
Oh, okay. See, I'm like, you're gonna buy it?
Xbox Game Pass is single-handedly the greatest thing. And if you will have Xbox Game Pass and you are not using Microsoft Rewards, then what are you doing? Because I get free Game Pass every single month until June at the moment. But I could probably extend it to August at this point. But every single month, all those games just come out and I can play them day one. So that game, Everwild, that comes out, I don't have to pay anything extra. That Microsoft Flight Simulator that I'll probably play for a few hours at most. Probably like 3 max. But I'll be able to play that as much as I want, right? And then all the other Microsoft-owned games, like there's a lot of them. Or like they own a lot of studios now. Any like games that they announce will just come onto that day one. Just like After Party, which is the game that we would want to play, right?
Oxenfree.
Yeah, Oxenfree developers. Yeah, because they're owned by Microsoft now.
Okay.
So any other games they make in the future, we will have access to it day one, thanks to the service, which is really cool, and really probably one of the best things about Xbox. And then they announced Project xCloud, which you can stream your games from your Xbox to your phone, which is pretty cool. And they're saying it's like barely any input lag, but you need fast internet. But have you heard of Google Stadia?
Mm-mm.
So Google Stadia is the one where they let you play these full games through the Chrome browser because it's Google, right? What do you think about playing games through the browser rather than downloading them?
It's faster, isn't it?
It is faster.
Right?
Yeah,
It'd just be faster?
Yeah. Are you uncomfortable at all with this?
No.
Okay.
No, I just can't contribute much.
No.
I was just going to talk about the EMT game where they have dizzy spell or something, right? That's the only other one I saw. Or was that released in the Xbox thing you saw?
No, that's actually a Switch exclusive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That one's Stretchers.
Yeah.
That one looks fun. That one looks like a fun
I just feel
cartoony.
like it's interesting that what they picked.
Yeah. I'm just surprised it's not on the computer. It's a Switch exclusive, so it's only on the Switch. It's nice that it's on the Switch because the Switch controllers are really easy to play with other people. You know, like I can give you one hand, I can get the right one, you get the left one, or something like that. Compared to like a computer where have to hook up those controllers and play with it like that. The Switch is nice in that sense, but it's only exclusive to the Switch, which is kind of nice. But yes, back to
Google.
Yes, Google Stadia. That comes out actually this month, and their lineup of games, people are saying, are not that good.
What do they have?
They have a bunch of games that have already released a while ago. Like
they don't have anything exclusive?
They do, but they're like indie games. So they don't have any like AAA high budget games coming out.
Sometimes indie games are good though.
Yeah. I'm not bashing anything on indie games.
But they don't have that star power behind them.
And in order to get Google Stadia, you have to pay $120 for the controller.
Oh.
That's like the founders pack that they're doing. So it's like a lot of the games, because I feel like those people who are buying Google Stadia have a fast internet already and probably are already in the gaming realm, right? So a lot of these games have been already released. And so it's like, well, do I want to afford this so that I can stream it on the Chrome browser rather than downloading it? I don't know. It's interesting. I want to see where that goes. I mean, I'm all fine for more games.
Isn't it crazy, like, how everyone's just doing their own thing?
Yeah.
Their own exclusive stuff, like, not only in the game world, but also, like, in the streaming world and everything world.
I know, right? Like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're going to do our own.
Well, Apple. Facebook is also doing their own thing.
What's Facebook doing?
Well, I saw some commercial on Hulu. Actually, what's Hulu? On Hulu, they were like, what's it called? I forget what it's called. But you know that girl that played Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
So they were advertising a show with her. And it was on Facebook something, whatever.
Like Facebook TV?
Yeah.
Is
that their own streaming service?
I don't know what it's called.
I can't keep up with all these things.
And there's Apple TV.
Yeah, where Dickinson is.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I saw about it. It looks pretty nice.
Well, on Apple TV they also have the show with Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston, and Reese
Aniston?
Witherspoon. Isn't it Aniston?
No, it's Aniston.
Aniston. Wait, who's Aniston?
Anna Stone?
Yeah.
Emma Stone? I don't know.
Was it? Okay, never mind. Her, the Friends girl.
Yeah, the Friends girl.
And Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Those are the only two shows that I know.
Yeah, that one looks interesting too. Steve Carell looks crazy when like he gets in the sad roles, because like we're watching Michael Scott in The Office right now, because we're still binging it. Like I watched the Welcome to Marwen movie on HBO, and I was like,
it's Michael Scott.
it was Michael Scott. Like there was scenes which I felt personally bad for, that because in the story the character gets beaten up and he goes through a lot of post-traumatic stress, right? And in the movie they portray it with like some scenes of where he's like reimagining the war and stuff like that, so he's like screaming and stuff. But I always like imagine Michael Scott screaming at Toby when he comes back. He's like, no, and so I'm just like it kind of throws me out of it.
Well, that's the same thing with like that kid Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
and he played Harry Potter. Like there are just some roles that stick with you.
My cousin Jacob said to watch Swiss Army Man.
That sounds familiar. What is that?
It's the one where Daniel Radcliffe plays the Swiss Army Man, and like he's just a guy who's used for a lot of different things. Like he crank his arm and he can like shoot something.
But like he's like a robot or something?
No, I actually don't know if he's a robot, but it's just he's weird, and he can be used like multi-purpose things.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like those actors. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And Jacob said that it was like one of those movies like you watch once and you're like, what was this?
And you then just forget about it.
And then you never watch it again. He was like, I said it was a fun experience.
It's like Gravity. Never watched it again.
I've never seen Gravity.
It's a good movie, but not
one
that I would watch again. But I feel like those actors that are, I guess, plagued or cursed in a way by those really famous roles, like the guy from Twilight and Daniel Radcliffe, like they try to go for roles that are really, really, really different to like kind of shake that image off of them, and they play a lot of weird things.
I mean, the guy from Twilight is gonna play Batman.
Yeah.
So, I feel I mean,
but he's done a lot of other stuff in between that was really random. I feel, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
just feels like they're people without brands. I don't know. I feel like everyone here has a brand usually.
There's what's his name? John Krasinski, Jim Halpert from The Office, really made his brand. Or he really made himself known in Hollywood now, especially with The Quiet Place, and then now he's Jack Ryan.
It's because he married Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's doing a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, she is.
She's doing the Jungle Cruise.
She is.
With The Rock, which.
Did we ever watch the trailer? I don't think we did, right?
Did you watch it? I think I watched it. I skimmed through it. I didn't really watch the story. Because, I mean, if you're going to make a movie about a Disney ride.
What are you going to say about that, huh?
Huh?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Huh?
Was based on a Disney ride.
Huh?
That one is a masterpiece.
What? No.
That trilogy is a masterpiece.
It's going to be... They're rebooting it.
That trilogy is a masterpiece.
They're rebooting it.
It could be a good thing, though.
It could be.
It could be a bad thing.
I don't know.
It could either be Spider-Man Homecoming, or it could be... What was it called? The Amazing Spider-Man? The one with... See, you can't even remember the name. Spider-Man. It was that bad.
I don't know. That one had its flaws. But I feel like Pirates, they're aiming it too much at children.
That's the problem. They need to make more, like... Need to be... What was the word? Someone put it really well the other day. Like, more content that is designed for children should be not catered towards children. Because sometimes when they're taking their audience as children, they're making it too dumbed down. Or adding jokes that they think kids will laugh, but they're really underestimating their audience. Because kids are not dumb like that.
I know. But I mean, sometimes they just want to watch stuff. I was watching my nephew today. He was watching like Paw Patrol or whatever thing it is that people watch, kids watch, and it was one where it like asks you, they were like watering some plants, and you're like, oh, looks like we're a little too high, like they were aiming the water above the plants. Do we have to go higher or lower to water these
Oh,
plants.
like a Dora thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my nephew, he was like, lower.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, lower, you're right. And I'm just like, wow, he knows.
Of
And
course he does.
I know.
He's 5. He's not like...
I underestimate kids.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they know what they're doing. They understand what's going on.
But he's still responding to a TV, so he's not that bright.
I think he is aware though, that he's responding to a TV.
But like, there's also the one where it's like left and right,
Mm-hmm.
and the plants were to the right, so they had to go right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, where should I go, left or right? And I was like, oh, this is gonna stump him, because like I don't really think of kids knowing the difference between left and right. And he was like, right, and I was like, oh, he got it. Wow, what the heck?
My love, what were you doing when you were 5?
See, I don't even remember. I don't even think I knew left and right when I was 5.
I have memory to the age of 3.
Well, me, I have memory till the age of 2.
Mm-hmm. You just said you don't remember what you were doing when you were 5.
But not when I was 2. I remember what I was doing when I was 2, not 5.
That was a dark time.
I forgot. What are we talking about?
We were talking about the reboot of Pirates.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Would you want them to make a TV show, like how they're doing The Mandalorian on Disney Plus
See,
with pirates? I think they could do it justice.
I don't know if Disney could do it justice though, because what I'm looking at with The Mandalorian, like, while it's good to be able to... Okay, I always think TV shows are better than movies because you can have a lot more character development and you can really get attached to the characters and care more about the story overall. But the problem is that what Star Wars is doing, maybe it's just a Star Wars thing though, but it just seems like there's a lot of like random scenes in between. But it's just been 2 episodes, so...
Yeah, it definitely felt like there's a large portion of the show that is sort of made for television that would be cut out if it was a movie.
Yeah, but then again, the main character is wearing a mask the entire time, so like portraying emotion is also difficult there.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know. I don't know if a Pirates TV show would be good.
I feel like at least, it could bring a lot more. I mean, they have so many Marvel shows coming out. They could do that with some of their other franchises.
I feel like that feels so overwhelming, you know? How does Shayhan feel, for example? He's a really big Marvel fan. Is he happy with all these things coming about?
He told me that he wasn't that happy because with like the previous Marvel shows, Daredevil and Luke Cage and all that stuff, which wasn't really a part of the Marvel universe, he felt like kind of happy that he didn't have to do this commitment of watching the show and not being lost in the movies. And I feel like that's what they're going to do with the Marvel stuff, because you're going to watch, all those Marvel shows, and if you don't watch it, you might not get some of the scenes that are coming up in the future movies and stuff, which I don't like because it segments like the audience and stuff. Just like how when video games have like map packs and stuff, like in the previous years, Call of Duty has had paid DLC for maps, so like you get more maps to play on. But if you don't buy those maps, you can just stay on the old maps. But the people who buy those new maps are all playing the new maps now. So now you like split the user base. So then it's harder to find games with each other because it's like, oh, half of us are here and half of us are there. And then if you keep splitting it up, then it's really hard to stay together. I think that's what they're doing with the Marvel stuff. I want to be proven wrong though, but we'll see how it goes.
When are they going to release it? Or the first shows or something
it's
like
like
this?
next year.
Oh, so
it's far away.
I mean, but early next year, because that's right around the corner.
I don't know. I just saw that there was the one where Falcon and the Winter Soldier that started filming like 3 weeks ago or something.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I haven't heard them filming anything else. They just announced it. They've announced so many. Oh, I have to show you the Marvel What If.
Oh right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
No.
The trailer for it. So the What If is the series.
For it already?
Yeah, there's a trailer for it.
Oh.
The series is where they say like, what if this were to happen in the Marvel
Wait,
universe?
wasn't there? Okay, I might have seen something on Tumblr. Wasn't there something where it was like, what if Peggy Carter had been Captain America?
Yeah, kind of like that. Did you saw it? Like
I saw like some concept art. I didn't know if it was like fan made or.
It's going to be an animated show.
It's gonna be an animated show.
Yeah, the animation looks really nice.
Things got 1,000 times better.
More
More things should be animated.
Have you seen the new movie The Trolls coming out, where they sing and dance? And Frozen? The animation quality for those movies is off the charts.
It is.
It looks too nice.
But I want more animated stuff that is geared towards adults.
Yeah, the What If series, the animation looks really good. I'll show you the trailer after this. And if you're listening, you could watch the trailer. But that show, I think, it's gonna be cool to see. I don't like that it's gonna be like a canonical show though.
Oh.
It's gonna be like a, hey, what if this happened? What if this happened? And it's not like you're not gonna fully develop a series. It's just gonna be like, hey, this would look like this. This would look like that. And I'm like, okay,
That's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool. But I would want a longer like series out of it.
I guess so. But then I feel like it feels too much like Batman. Because at this point, I never know what is actually canon in Batman or not.
That's true. But they could have made like a canon show somehow. I don't know. Like the Amazing Spider. What's the Spider-Verse? That'd be good. Spider-Verse, right? They're making
But
like
animated.
Yeah, they're making more movies, so it's gonna be like a whole
show.
a TV show. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Problem is that it just takes too long with animation.
It does.
And it's very expensive.
It does. I think the What If Marvel thing is coming out like 2021. Yeah, it's a long way, but the animation that they've already done, like in that trailer, was really nice. I liked it. Okay, well, let's talk about Ring Fit.
Okie dokes, yes.
Yes, so usually with these episodes, I know we've talked about a lot of entertainment and movies recently. I like to structure it in some way where we talk about one game in particular and go into a little bit more depth. So that's going to be Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch. So the Ring Fit Adventure, that's the one where you have a ring con, and it's one of those elastic sort of rings in which you can stretch and pull it and exercise your upper body. And you also strap a Joy-Con to your legs, so it like monitors you running and training your lower body and everything like that.
I run faster than you.
Okay, that's not fair. You cannot say that you ran fast. I didn't know that you could go that fast.
Continue.
But yes, how do you feel about the game?
I think it's a very good way to just get moving with a video game and not feel guilty about just sitting around and playing. But also, I just feel like it's just very similar to the Wii U that happened long time ago.
The Wii U?
Not
Oh,
the
the
Wii
Wii
U.
Fit?
No. Like the very first one, which was the Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii U. Wasn't it called Wii U?
No, the first one was called Wii.
That one, the Wii.
And the second
What's
one was
a
Wii U.
Was that the tablet thing?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just very similar to the Wii,
Mm-hmm.
which was the goal of that was to get you moving. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Especially about the tennis and the golf and stuff.
Yeah.
Those games were so fun.
Everything was
So
to get
fun.
you moving.
I really want
like,
to play this again.
that's how it was marketed. That it was the game to, make parents happy, because instead of them nagging you to go outside and get some exercise, like you would just get it there while still playing video games. So it was a win-win.
I know, but just so much to do.
Like in the
Like, it's so, like, you can only move for so much. You know? Like, you
Yeah.
can't sell, like, millions and millions of copies because not everyone's going to want to move around.
No, because that's exactly what happened. Like when we got it long time ago, at first we were like, oh yeah, let's move, let's jump around. But later you find out that with very little movement, you can still get the same result for the character or whatever. So we'd end up just sitting and barely moving the controls.
I know.
So I'm just concerned that will happen with the Ring Fit. Or does it have that potential to just make you lazy and not move?
It does. There are some, like, workouts where you can definitely,
Or like cheat?
cheat, yeah, but it's harder to cheat because one Joy-Con is strapped to your leg and one is like in the rings, so like it's monitoring your running. So like I can't just like jiggle my I can just jiggle my leg, but at least you have to like jiggle your leg.
So you still have to like move.
Yeah, you still have to move, even though it's like not the best. But the ring con, like, it's actually pretty sensitive on like how you're like squeezing it and then like pulling it.
Yeah.
You can definitely like there's some where you have to like lift it above your head and then squeeze it, which like strengthens your shoulders. You can definitely, instead of just going above your head, just tilt it so it's at orientation and leave it like in front of your waist
And then just
and like do that. But you're still working on like a different part of your body.
That's true. I think it was fun, and it's definitely a more creative way to work out, but I don't think it's a good substitute for the actual gym. If that is your goal, if you're like,
No.
with this sole thing I'm gonna get fit, like, no. It's a good way to get exercise into your daily routine, but it should be like in addition to.
I mean, I feel like if you put a lot of effort into it, you could definitely get fit, but the game is not marketed for you to get fit off of it. It's so you could exercise, but not like, you're not going to be like a bodybuilder or like develop six-pack abs like immediately using this thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
what the few things that I don't like about it is you fought enemies before, right?
Yeah.
In the game. So in the game, you can use different moves, different like exercises to fight enemies. You started off with a pre-loaded set, so you can do like squats, you can do a yoga pose, you can do like shoulder, arm workouts, but it doesn't give you a variety. So as soon as you start off with like the RPG elements of it, it really doesn't give you a lot of moves to do. So it's like if you like have a bad shoulder, you're kind of screwed because they give you a move that involves your shoulder.
So you can't change it?
You can't change it until later on when you unlock more moves.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks. And then later on when you unlock like more and more moves and you like, oh, I want to do today is an arm day or today is a leg day, you can do that. Like you can assign all your moves to be arm-based moves or assign all your moves to be yoga-based moves. But there are some enemies that will be like, they'll take more damage if you do an arm-based move or leg-based move.
Right, because it's still a game.
Yeah, because it's still a game. But like initially, that sort of gap that you need to fill out, because a lot of the moves you start out with, like they all have like how much strong they are and other stuff like that, and then you get new moves, and sometimes the new moves are way stronger, but they don't work out the same muscle. So like let's say the ones you're working out with the shoulder become the one where you're working out your chest, and then you just replace it. And then you never really work out your shoulder. So it's not like a full body workout. But then that's just the RPG part about it. You can go back to the main menu and be like, oh, I want to work out this part of my body. Or I want to work out this part of my body. And just do those exercises anyway. But in terms of like the game portion of it, it doesn't let you do that variety. And it also, like when you are fighting an enemy, and let's say you're doing your shoulders and stuff, it says you have to do 30 reps, with the last 10 reps being like super quick. So it's like, okay, well, you do 30 reps. And if the enemy dies halfway in the move, the reps stop. So you don't have to finish the rest of them.
Oh.
So it's like, if you do like 3 and the enemy dies, then it's like, oh, well, now you're good. And then you can just move on. So it's like, okay. And then you sort of didn't do the entire set. And then the next time you fight an enemy, you have to start with 30 again for those reps. So that's what, like, kind of is bad because the workout like doesn't do like a full body workout, but it definitely made me sweat a lot. Like the first day that I played it, it was crazy. I wore jeans and that was a mistake.
Yeah, you should not have worn jeans.
I should not have. I didn't know it would make me sweat that much, but I was drenched. It was not a fun time.
Yikes.
I even remember because I did it on stream and I was like, oh my god, Sam told me not to buy this. Why did I buy it?
Wait, really? You
I
regretted it?
I regretted it.
Wait, why? Just because it made you sweat a lot?
Yes.
Because what?
No, not because I was working out.
Okay, like, damn it, this workout game made me work out. What a mistake it was.
No, it's because I was like, I don't know if I could do this every single day now.
Oh,
and
well,
like,
have you been doing it every single day?
Well, since we've been like driving to work every single day, I can't because when we come back, I need to eat and then sleep.
Yeah.
So I can drive or shower and sleep and do all that. So it's not been enough time. Like, it does measure how much you're working out too. Like, it'll do like, oh, I usually try to go for like at least 20 minutes a day. But the 20 minutes is not including the times when you're in menus. So if you're like playing the game, you're like, okay, I just want to work out for 20 minutes. That's it. Like, do it like a quick 20-minute like jog or something like that. It'll measure like when you're jogging and when you're fighting enemies. But as soon as like it's like doing a cutscene or something like that, that you're just watching it and you're like, oh, I have to go, it's not counting that towards your workout time. So that's why I'm like, there's some pros and cons. Definitely, like, it's not a substitute for the gym at all. Like, because the gym, you go in for working out and then that's all you do. But this one's like, you can exercise, stretch, like fight the monsters, and when it's over, I can take like a break, sit down, like click the button, read all the dialogue that happens, and then move on. But I'm a little bit much farther than you are, but it's crazy how much detail and everything is in that game. I remember the first day I played it, I went online and I searched up how long to beat
But no
Ring
one knows,
Fit.
right?
No, 'cause, I mean, it's a fitness game, so it's gonna depend on like your own level of fitness and how fast you do it. But I didn't see any like time to beat it, and I'm on like world 4 out of I don't know how many, and
no one has
there's probably
reached the end of it yet.
probably someone's reached the end now, but like I only searched the first day that I got
Oh,
it.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And so like there's probably like quite a lot of worlds, and sometimes you have to go backtracking through worlds to like do extra quests on the side and stuff. And so it's definitely a good game. It gets you moving. It works out a lot about you. It also does something that I really appreciate. It gives you tips. So it says like before you work out, you can do a dynamic stretch. So dynamic stretch is like you hold the ring and then you get yourself body moving to like sort of warm up for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start playing the game, and then once you're done playing the game, you can do a static stretch, which you just like stretch in position, and the game monitors what parts of your body you've been working out the most, and it's like we'll focus on that stretching. So if you did arms today, it'll give you more arm stretches to like cool you down. But during that time, it gives you tips, and then at the end, it gives you like a one final tip, and some of the tips are really good. Like the first, I remember, it said, when you're eating a meal, try to eat the vegetables first. And I was like, oh, interesting. That's an interesting view. Like I didn't think about that I would need to eat the vegetables first. I guess like maybe get the nutrients in first and stuff like that. And like it gave a description about like why you should eat that first and stuff like that. And then other ones like drink cold water, and they'll give you like some health benefits to drinking cold water, or like make sure you stretch, and they'll like give you the hints and stuff about stretching. So I thought it was really cool. Like it definitely wants to educate you more about moving and exercising on top of you playing the game and doing exercise that way.
It's good.
Yeah, I like the game a lot. Definitely like the ring was a lot better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I was really surprised too, because I thought it would be just a game where you'd play once and then drop it. But it was pretty fun. I was surprised. I didn't expect it to be that fun. It's entertaining.
And you still want to play it too.
Yeah. It's entertaining to just see, like, that it measures how fast you're doing it or how much strength you're putting into it. Like, that's what your character does as well.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, like how much you squish the ring.
Yeah.
It's really good sensor.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's where we're going. And then VR. When I get VR, oh, that's going to be a workout too. I'm going to get Beat Saber and be like... That's going to be fun. I'm excited
Beat
for that.
Saber is fun. Beat Saber is fun.
Yeah, and then we're going to get Dead and Buried. Ooh, they already came out Dead and Buried 2. Wow. Crazy. VR games, you know?
I know.
You excited?
I am.
The people who made... you know how they made Apex Legends? Respawn Entertainment, right? They made Apex Legends. They made a new Star Wars game too. It just came out.
A super expensive one?
Well, it's, $60. I mean, it just came out. It's Fallen Order. It's gotten really good reviews too. I think they released a VR game as well. Wait, was that them? Or was that Insomniac, the makers of Spider-Man? I don't know. But basically, there's good VR content coming out. And it's just gonna get better from here. I'm excited.
Me too.
You too?
Mm-hmm.
You're excited.
I'm excited.
Okie dokes. So I feel like this has been a fun episode. We definitely talked a lot about entertainment and just talking to each other about tastes. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Taste Talks. I'm aiming it to be a bi-weekly show, which means once every 2 weeks, or semi-monthly, which also means the same thing, once every 2 weeks, but like twice a month. But I like there was a big debate online. It says, should I use bi-weekly or semi-monthly?
Bi-weekly.
The bi-weekly, yeah, I know. That makes more sense. But like semi-monthly, I was like,
No. No. There should be no debate. Bi-weekly.
Okay, bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But bi-weekly, doesn't bi-weekly sound like twice a week?
No.
What's the word for twice a week?
Twice a week.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
There's no word for twice a week?
It's twice a week.
There's not like a single word?
No.
Oh.
Not in English, anyway.
Oh. Okay. So I want to do this sort of podcast every 2 weeks and invite a bunch of different guests to just talk about different games and different things about everything. Really. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining me.
You're welcome.
And just a reminder, you can always listen to this on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, and Spotify as well. So keep an eye out for that if you would like to listen to it in your car or anything like that. But otherwise, I'm Taimur. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.